Hi, I'm doing a series of law of attraction stories that happened to me personally, and I'm going to do it as a playlist. And you don't really have to watch the videos because there's really nothing to watch. I'm just doing it so that if you want to sit back and, put on the headset and listen, because that's what I like to do. So this first story takes place when I was still single, and I used to hang around this restaurant. I used to go with my friend who was a really good guy friend of mine, and we'd sit at the bar and we'd talk and laugh and tell jokes and have fun. And we started to notice that whenever we talked about people that they would show up, they would phone or we would run into them. And if the person was, say a celebrity or something, they'd be all over the news the next day. And it happened so often we started to think maybe we were controlling it. So we decided that we would do an experiment to see if we could bring somebody into our life and them run into us kind of thing. So my friend who is just a guy friend, but I've known him for a long, long time, a really good friend, he came up with the name of an ex-boyfriend of mine who'd moved away. And I hadn't seen this ex-boyfriend in 9 or 10 years. So I was kind of thinking that he was a great person because I'd read a lot about the law of attraction in the past. I'd read a ton of books on creative visualization and manifesting and Think and Grow Rich and all the hundreds of books that are out there, and I probably read every one of them. So I was really excited about the law of attraction, even though I didn't really refer to it as the law of attraction then, but I think I called it manifesting or visualizing. But anyways, I did it and I dabbled with it, but I wasn't all that good at it back then. So anyways, because we were these people were phoning us and showing up, we thought we had this power and that we didn't even know maybe it was where we were sitting or in that particular place or something where this power was coming from. But anyways, we decided, okay, we're going to attract this person. He picks this ex-boyfriend and I go, that is the perfect person because he's moved away. It's so unlikely that we would run into him that we would believe that we did it, but it's not impossible. And for a brief moment, I just kind of saw the guy's face and thought to myself, hey, it's good to see you. Like it was very detached, non-emotional, kind of in a nice way, like a good friend. And so it wasn't like there was any emotional attachment there or any awkwardness or anything. It would have been just fine to run into him, no problem. So if I did run into him, it would be, easy for both of us kind of thing. And so I thought, you know what, he's the perfect person. We'll pick that person and that will be our law of attraction test, right? So we decided that there had to be rules. There's no way that we could ask about him, email him, phone him, go where he used to hang out. We couldn't look him up or anything. We couldn't do anything at all. We would just say, that's the guy. We're going to bring him into our life and that's it. We would do nothing because we wanted to prove that we just had that power basically with our minds, not with anything else. And we didn't want to do anything to say, oh no, well you actually phoned him or anything like that. So we did nothing, absolutely nothing. We picked the name and basically forgot about it. We just went on with other things. So that was it. And then all of a sudden, of course, I get a phone call from my sister saying that this guy I used to date who I worked with was trying to get a hold of me. And the reason why my sister knew is because a good friend of hers, husband's brother, still worked at this place. And he had told her friend and she had told her, and then he'd phoned me and I said, look, if he's trying to get a hold of me, no problem. Just tell him I'm staying at my mom's because I was waiting for my apartment to be built and I was staying at my parents' place. And so, of course, it was pretty easy for him to get the phone number and everything. So about a week later, we're at my parents' place. My guy friend who I hung out with all the time at this restaurant where we sat at the bar, my sister, and her girlfriend who actually had her brother-in-law who still worked at that place. We're all at my parents' place and we were just having a few drinks. And I get a phone call at my mom's and it's this boyfriend who I used to work with and he says, I'm about 5 minutes from your mom's place. And I said, oh, great, come on over. So he comes to the front door, and I said, we've got a few friends over. Do you want to come in? And he said, no, I don't want to come in. I just wanted to see you, and I'd like to take you out. And I said, okay, so just give me a call, and we'll make arrangements. And so I shut the door, and my friend and I are freaking out because there he was. And it wasn't like we met in the street. He was actually coming, like he came to my front door. He didn't phone and ask if I was home or anything. He just showed up, phoned 5 minutes, and came to the front door, and there he was. It wasn't like it was such a big deal for us that we were freaking out, like, oh my gosh, we did it, he's here, look at that. So anyways, as the story goes on, we actually did get together for dinner, and we went to the same restaurant where my friend and I hung out, but I refused to sit at the bar because I didn't want to kind of wreck that. But it wasn't like a law of attraction thing there, because I was the one who said, let's go to this place. And then when we got there, I explained to him that we attracted him, that we got him to come. And I wanted to find out two things. When did he know he was coming? And had he ever come back to the city before? And he said, yes, he'd come back to the city a couple of times and never bothered to look me up. And we couldn't quite figure out if he knew he was coming before or after we tried to attract him. So that part was really never concluded, kind of thing. So I guess it was a really cool law of attraction story, because we were testing the law of attraction, and we did it. We managed to bring him. Now this story is like about 9 years ago, and I've never seen him since. So it was just that one time. So I guess if I kind of summarize the lesson with this particular event that kind of happened pretty successfully and pretty quickly, that there was definitely very specific, definitely detached emotionally in a very kind and easygoing way. And once we decided that was him, we never talked about it again. We did absolutely nothing. We just let it go, and that was it. And it was one of my favorite stories, and it worked out so successfully that it actually kind of scared us. So that's the end of my first one, and look forward to my next true story. Okay, have a great day.